Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's episode, we're in San Diego, and more precisely at San Diego ComicCon 2022. And in today's episode, we're going to be visiting all of downtown San Diego because yes, there's the convention center, which is really awesome, and there's a lot of things happening there, but there's also a ton of things happening in and around the convention center. The whole city basically transforms and becomes a haven for comic books, for Hollywood, for a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, without any further ado, let's explore. San Diego ComicCon International is a convention that was founded as the Golden State Comic Book Convention in 1970 by a group of San Diegans. It is a 4-day event lasting from Thursday through Sunday that is held each year during the summer at the San Diego Convention Center. Originally showcasing primarily comic books and science fiction, fantasy-related film, television, and similar popular arts, the convention has since included a large range of pop culture and entertainment elements across virtually all genres. Speaking of the city transforming and being all comic book themed and also cartoon themed, well, they did a transformation right here, and we have Bob's Burgers, which is actually a cartoon that airs on Fox and follows the story of Bob and Linda, who are, well, hamburger joint owners and their kids. And it's really cool to see this because they are actually kind of like life-size in this decoration. This proves again how much, well, a lot of the TV channels and a lot of the people that are promoting movies and stuff put into advertising their shows and trying to make it popular, trying to make people happy, make the fans happy. You can take pictures at these little spots right here because they are life-sized, and it is kind of cool to see. And I'm a pretty big nerd, so looking at all these cartoon things in the city just makes me more happy. I must say that the Bob's Burger sets that they built in order to promote the new movie were ridiculously cool and very popular amongst the people walking by. Alongside the same path, other production companies had gigantic inflatable balloons, such as a humongous Ozzy Osbourne balloon statue, and also a pretty cool inflatable Cookie Monster Muppet character from the popular kids' TV show Sesame Street. Also on the same strip, they had a meet and greet with actor French Stewart from the popular sitcom Third Rock from the Sun. Having meet and greets with celebrities is actually a big thing at these conventions and is a really good opportunity to get fans to feel closer to their favorite shows. This is one of the things that happens in downtown San Diego, is that all of the studios are literally trying to advertise their new shows, their new movies, their new whatever is getting released. So they actually do a bunch of activations. Yes, they had the Bob's Burger on the other side where they were doing quite a lot of photo ops. Right here they have another studio, Peacock, which is Universal Studios, and they are doing other activations with pictures and other things that maybe you can go through and maybe interact with something that has to do with the shows that are up and coming or the shows that are getting renewed. But it is kind of cool, and I mean, I'm a movie buff, I'm a series buff, so seeing all this life-size movie stuff in the city just makes me so happy. Truly, the amount of work that the studios put into making the advertisements for these shows and movies is pretty ridiculous. What we have to understand is that during the Comic-Con convention is that people have come to expect getting exclusive trailers and sneak peeks to their favorite franchises, so even big names such as Game of Thrones will pour a ton of money in order to make activations that allow Comic-Con attendees to walk in almost life-size sets of their favorite shows. Really, pretty much every big studio, including streaming giants, will have built something enormous in order to create the theme park-like activations for their upcoming movies and shows. The only downside of these activities is that Comic-Con has over 130,000 attendees each year, so getting into a lot of these activations can usually take a good 3 to 4 hours of waiting in line. Nevertheless, they are still pretty darn fun to look at from the outside, as the decorations are usually really well done, and some activations actually have smaller lines that will let you pose for pictures in the sets for those upcoming shows. Since we do live in a social media society, having these photo ops also allows these companies to get free advertisements, as they will often ask you to hashtag their brand when posting on social media platforms. The Gaslamp District is the historical area of downtown San Diego, where there's a bunch of restaurants and cafes and a lot of things to do. But when it's Comic-Con, well, they close down the street and then people can walk as pedestrians, and it is really cool because it becomes a sort of parade of costumes, and a lot of the restaurants kind of have comic book themes to them, and there's a couple of art galleries too, so there's just so many things to explore. And yes, it is worth coming here when it's not Comic-Con, but when it is Comic-Con, it's truly unmissable. The Gaslamp Quarter is a 16.5 block neighborhood in the downtown area of San Diego, which extends from Broadway to Harbor Drive and from 4th to 6th Avenue. Known for its nightlife, clubs, dive bars, and cocktail lounges, this area usually draws a young crowd. The Gaslamp Quarter has a mix of chain and independent restaurants, with many global options. During Comic-Con, the Gaslamp District is transformed into a huge parade of people walking down the street, which makes it kind of surreal and tremendously overcrowded. One thing that I really love walking down the street when it's Comic-Con is the fact that you get so many free things like sunglasses, bags, and even right behind me I got a full bag of pistachios, and they are Groot pistachios from the Guardians of the Galaxies. And this is not a small bag, this is a really big bag, and that's why I say it's always worth coming to San Diego during this time, because you just get so much free stuff. Truly, the free giveaways during Comic-Con are astounding. It's sometimes hard to really see everything that they are giving out because the streets are so crowded with people. But if you peel your eyes right, there's a ton of free stuff given, including free food and drinks at certain hours of the day, which kind of makes walking the streets during Comic-Con very game-like. And every time you spot something new that is given out, it's like getting a trophy in the game. Wow, look at these art pieces that are made out of sand. I can't believe that for the advertisement of a couple of audiobooks and maybe audiobooks that will be converted into TV shows, they actually took the time to make art pieces made out of simple sand. And yeah, most people just take it for granted because we have so many advertisements that happen throughout the city, so they just walk by it and just say, oh, this looks kind of cool. But yeah, there's artists that are actually here to sculpt these things, and they're sculpting it, and it's only going to last for a couple of days, the time of the convention. It's crazy, and it's so beautiful. One thing that really blows my mind is that some animes from my childhood are still popular in today's day and age, kind of like the sculptures that are behind me. And these sculptures are of Dragon Ball Z. And yes, they have a whole really big section at the outdoor area right next to the convention center that is just dedicated to Dragon Ball and its saga, and it's just so awesome to see all of these sculptures. There's so many fans, and there's even video games, and there's also bigger than lifelike sculptures that are just so darn cool and kind of are all of the things that I would have loved to have seen as a child, but I guess I get to see them as an adult, and just, well, it makes me so happy. The Dragon Ball booth at Comic-Con was mind-blowing and really offered so many fun things. I'm particularly impressed at the giant statues that they had, such as the statue of Vegeta in his great ape form. That statue was just enormous and looked so detailed. In the same exhibition area, they had life-size statues of the 5 members of the Ginyu Force, and once again they looked astounding with their elaborate poses. As you can tell, I'm a pretty big Dragon Ball fan. I'm just so annoyed that Akira Toriyama created Dragon Ball in 1984. It's still popular almost 40 years later. This franchise has expanded into video games and also figurines, t-shirts, memorabilia, and so many different things. Out of all of them, I find that the different action figures that they've released for pretty much almost every character in the manga and anime shows really show how broad the Dragon Ball world is. There are literally hundreds of different characters, and they all have specific personalities and identities to each and every one of them. It is believed that since its debut, Dragon Ball has earned franchise lifetime revenue of at least $23 billion. The San Diego Convention Center, this is where the actual Comic-Con happens every single year. It's really, really huge. They have a ton of panels where a lot of actors talk about their new projects, but at the same time, when you go inside the convention center, they also have a lot of stands where they're selling a lot of exclusive Comic-Con stuff, a lot of toys, a lot of different things that have to do with comics books, and it's super duper awesome. But at the same time, the best part that I find being here during the convention is to look at all the costumes, because people are just so creative. And just standing outside here, there are quite a few costumes. It's really, really awesome. Along with panels, seminars, and workshops with comic book professionals, Comic-Con offers previews of upcoming feature films and portfolio review sessions with top comic book and video game companies. The evenings include events such as award ceremonies, the annual Masquerade costume contest, and the ComicCon International Independent Film Festival, which showcases shorts and feature-length movies that do not have distribution or distribution deals. Something that I've always admired here at Comic-Con is the fact that some people wait in line, like behind right here, and they wait in line for hours and hours. Sometimes some people even wait overnight. And why are they waiting? Because they're trying to go to panels of movies or cartoons or animes that they love, and sometimes it's their favorite shows, and they want to meet or at least hear their favorite actors talking about it. But yeah, for me, I'd never be able to wait this long, but I do admire them, and there are quite a few big, long lines pretty much everywhere out here. All of these events can be attended for free or as part of having bought a Comic-Con pass, but because of the popularity of these events, the lines to attend any of these panels and exclusives are usually extremely long, with some people even sleeping overnight in order to attend something that's happening the next day. San Diego truly is a magical place, especially during the San Diego Comic-Con convention. Really, there's so many things to see, there's so many things to nerd out on, so many things to just be in awe about. But right now the sun is setting, and I think that this is the perfect place to end this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming on this visit of San Diego and its surroundings. And if you did enjoy it, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment too. Let me know if maybe I missed some stuff at the San Diego Comic-Con. Let me know if maybe you had a better experience right here, and maybe let me know what to film the next time I come here. With that being said, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.